Now, when we talk about the era of shadow, the era of shadow is an era that is mixed with both substance and shadow. Yes, the substance is the word of God. And who is the word of God? God is his word. So that era was mixed with both substance and shadow. But why it is referred to as the era of shadow? Because it's an era that saw man being disconnected from God. The era between the fall of man, the first Adam, and between that fall and before the finished work of Jesus on the cross of Calvary. Now, in between that space, you saw a lot of rituals, you saw a lot of ceremonies, you saw a lot of patterns that is being said to be carried out in the issue of cleansing, purification, atonement for sins and all that. The rituals for the temple and many other. You hear talk about the Holy of Holies, the curtain, the veil that divided the holies from the whole, in the temple, and many, or in the yes, in the temple, and many other uh, rites and festivity and new moon, whatever, and so many kind of celebration, talking about the feast of the unleavened bread, the feast of the Passover, talked about the feast of wheat. So there are several feasts that were being carried out, and the rituals that follow them. Then many other things put together that is being done in the era of shadow. The use of water in various rituals were done, like in the case of the purification pots that Christ asked them to fill with water. They were being used for the water according to the Jewish tradition, and all that. Many things which time may not permit us to mention completely. We talk about the use of salt, the use of candle, the use of incense on a daily worship, and many other tradition, the Levitical priesthood, the wearing of robe and all that, the use of barefootedness. All these are found within the shadow, the era of the shadow. Now, this era, despite the fact that the era of shadow has to do with rituals of various kind in order for man to be able to reconnect to God, and also the laws that govern these rituals, which are the laws that no longer exist as far as the Christian faith is concerned. So suffice it to note that despite all that, the substance still exists, even in the era of the shadow. And that substance is what makes the Old Testament relevant, because the substance is the Word of God. And the Bible made it clear to us that in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So the Word was spoken to Moses, the Word was spoken to Elijah, the Word reached out to Enoch, the Word came to Daddy Abraham, the Word came to Jacob, Isaac and Jacob, the Word came to even Lot, the Word came to him, the Word came to many great men of the Old Testament. So the Word of God even exists in the era of shadow, and as such, it makes the Old Testament relevant to our generation, to our era, which is the era of salvation. So, what am I trying to say? Don't join those that are in the bandwagon of criticizing portions of the Old Testament and believing that they are doing what is right. They are wrong, and it may cost them their salvation.